Hello, everybody. Hi, how are you doing? Welcome to Old Style Classics Baseball Cards. And this I am recording on Monday, 6:39 p.m. California time, August 26th. So, hello from Rob at Old Style Classics Baseball Cards and Mrs. Old Style Classics Baseball Cards, who made a hello from the phone in the previous video that you guys won't see until Wednesday. So that one will come after this video. And so who knows?
Hello again.
She's home, people. There she is. That's my wife, Pam. Mrs. Old Style Classics. Mrs. Old Girl. Miss Old Girl Style Classics Old Fashioned Wife. Hey, everybody. So, hey, especially commenting collector Rob.
Hello. Nice to meet you.
She wants to thank you, and I want to thank you for saying hi to Mrs. Rob, and say hello to your Mrs. Rob.
Yes, that is so nice. Tell her hello from me too.
Yeah, and our misses don't miss, so we got to be careful what we say. All right, Rob. All right, so like, subscribe, share, send other people my way if you wouldn't mind. So, okay, this is special for you, Rob, old buddy. I got mixed up. So he liked my alliteration for Minor League Monday. So we're going to do a few alliterations because I got 2 episodes of Tobacco Card Tuesday, or Tobacco Mini Tuesday, but today is going to be more particularly Tobacco Tuesday, not just minis. But the next one will even be better.
I'm thoroughly confused.
So alliteration is where you run words together that sound like they start with the same letter, like Minor League Monday, Tobacco Tuesday.
Yeah.
So we're doing Tobacco Tuesday here, people. So
on Monday.
Yeah, but I'm doing it Monday, but it ain't gonna reach till tomorrow. So it's gonna be Tobacco Card Tuesday. So I'm gonna show you guys 2 things. We're gonna kind of rehash something because there's a card that I have that I forgot that I should have done when I did the Topps 205s. So we're just going to run through these again. So in 2003 they did Topps 205, which I did an episode the other day on. Now keep in mind the Topps 205 is based on the T205s, which are tobacco cards. So there's your Tobacco Tuesday connection. But these aren't tobacco minis, these are tobacco full-size cards, because mini cards are like that big, which we'll get to. So just to show you guys these cards again, beautiful Topps 205. So these are tobaccos, based on tobacco cards is what I'm getting at. John Schmaltz. You can go back and watch that other episode if you want to see more of these cards, folks. Who is this? Jason Jennings. Johnson. Beautiful cards, people. Nicholas Johnson. Now, like I said, they did not do the Topps 205 mini cards as far as I know. If they do, they're not right in front of me. But they have done Topps 205 insert cards, tobacco minis, and other things like Heritage, which is why I'm re-showing you guys these cards. So that's based on the National League, just the gold border. Who do we got here? Preston Wilson, AJ Brzezinski, with that guy. Kurt Schilling. I went off a rant about him, how he deserves to be in the Hall of Fame, and I'll stand by that. All right, BJ Upton. Hall of Famer Mike Piazza. Let's give him a moment. Former Albuquerque Duke was Mike Piazza. Here we go, Bernie Williams for you Yankees fans, so I guess I'll show you that. There's a lot of Yankees fans out there. Jason Giambi, also a Yankee. There's the American League design with that that diamond shape in there, so we'll just set that aside. This one must be some kind of insert because it's got a different design on there, so I'm not too sure about it. So that's cool. Andy Marte. So I believe that would be some kind of insert. Then a few original looking ones. So Wallace for St. Louis. American, so that would be the St. Louis Browns, I believe. Set that off to the side. And then, of course, the National League, old-time player as well. For Cincinnati, Richard Hobletzel. All right, so first and foremost, I'm going to show you once again the original T205, 1912. And there is the James Sheckard versus like the Richard Hobzetzel. So there's a Tobacco Tuesday. That's actually from a tobacco pack from back in the day. So there you go for my cubbies. And so just to show you the two National League designs. So the reason I'm pulling this one out is because I did have this card that came from Heritage. So Alex Rodriguez, so old A-Rod, and that came out in Topps Heritage as an insert. It looks to be 2008. So in 2008, Topps Heritage had this as an insert that you could pick up. So there it is. That's the American League sign, which would be the counter to this. So two tobacco minis, but basically there you go. So it's the same design. I forgot all about this card when I was doing these. So that's why I'm doing this. Just give you an idea. It's got that bats and balls and all that in the shape of a diamond. So there we go. A-Rod for the New York Yankees. Topps Heritage. The only one of these I have. I don't even know how I picked this one up. Must have been at the hobby shop. But that's super cool because you know me, I love tobacco mini cards, and that's cool. So, and since I was doing these, again, just touching up on that as our Tobacco Tuesday cards, I figured, well, since I was in the midst of doing these, I might as well show this other one that came from Topps 205. And these are the tobacco triple folders. You go back and watch that. And those are based on the original Hassan triple folder cards that came in the bigger pack of tobacco from 1912, like this one here. 1912 T202 Hassan cigarettes. Now, they did a little different this time. Like, this is the National League one. So the National League ones look like this. On these, but I didn't pull that out. I just pulled these out because we were kind of doing this. So they made it more like the 205 cards instead of the traditional ones like this. But nevertheless, I just wanted to show you that. And that also is from tobacco, from Hassan cigarettes, and I think that was the bigger pack. That's why you got a bigger card. So this is Old Style Classics baseball cards trying to sit down so she can eat her dinner. And I'm in the way, huh?
Mm-hmm. Well, you're not in the way, but your stuff is.
Well, because I'm in the way of my stuff, my stuff's over where she would be, so
Yeah.
It all trickles back to me. So nevertheless, so that's pretty cool. A-Rod, and that's similar design. It's not exactly the same, but these cards came out of the same packs as these cards. So the Topps 205, you would have got this, and that says Topps 205. So they just kind of incorporated that into these cards, and if you look, it's the size of two regular size cards, so that they didn't have to change the paper or whatever when they printed these, because they're definitely bigger than the old school triple folders. So I know that's just a recap, but there's a new card to add to that. Alright, let me move this stuff out of the way, folks. And since we're going to do that, and that's very limited on the stuff that we got right there, I'm just going to pull out some Topps 206's, which, if you know the original T cards, 206 came out 1909 to 1911. Then the T05s came out in 1912. So I know the numbering's backwards. It's just how that guy did it, who cataloged this stuff. So the 205 is actually later than 206. It's confusing, but there we go. So I'm not going to show you the Topps 206 that came out early, like in the early 2000s, because I have a bunch of them, and that would be a long video. So I'm just going to throw in some of the more recent Topps 206's, and these cards came out in 2020. So these ones I got from 2020, and just to make this episode a little bit longer, I'm going to show you the more recents. Now these ones are online exclusives. So back in the day, in the early 2000s, before they did the 205, they did Topps 206. Like, let's say 2001, 2 or 3, somewhere around there. Then they did these like in 2003, and that was it. So they did those for a while. They went away, but they had full-size cards and minis. And we'll show you those in the future. Then they went away for like 8 years, and then Topps brought 206 back, like around 2010, for a year or two, and then they went away again because I don't think the people like the full-size ones on the 206's. And they went away, and then they came back in the late 2000 teens as an online exclusive and just the mini cards, and that's what these are. So you could only get these from Topps, but I got them from the local card shop because they got them from Topps. But they're not like a hobby shop exclusive. You have to order them. So long story short, there you go. So Luzardo, these are the 2020s. Now they got the different backs like the original T206's. The Piedmont is a short print because they have base cards, and then the Piedmont is the next, the first short print, so second easiest card to get. Does that make any sense, folks? There you go. Rookie card Luzardo on the Piedmont. And then we have Hira for the Brewers. But that's on a Piedmont back, so you need to know his name. You can look that up. Oh yeah, people, please set your setting to 1.25 or 1.5 on the speed of the video if you want me to sound normal. Soroka for the Braves. Beautiful cards, people. Let's compare it to the card that came out about 10 years earlier, I think. What did we say this was? Yeah, 2008. So that's 12 years earlier. A couple years after Ginter. But the first one with the minis was, I believe, the Topps 206's. So, cool cards. And that's sweet Caporal back, so that's, I believe, the next level short print. A little harder to get. You used to be able to buy these in like single little boxes. They look kind of like a little tobacco box. And I believe you got 10 cards. So, here we go. Albert Pujols, so that's pretty cool. Although it's not an early Albert Pujols, but there you go. Future Hall of Famer. There, that's just a base back. So I never got around to top loading these cards, folks. That's what it comes down to. Max Scherzer. Should be a Hall of Famer in the future. 50 cards on that 2020 set of Topps 206's. And you can get autographs. But I've never been able to get them off Topps because they sell out instantly. So pretty hard to get. That's why I rely on the card shop to pick them up. Here's Honus Wagner reimagined as a Topps 206. Not a reprint, but that's based on the T206, the most expensive baseball card in history. I think it's still more expensive than the 52 mantle, but that would be a grading issue. Like there's the Gem Mint or whatever on the mantle is probably worth more than the highest graded one of these, because the highest graded one of these is the card that's in dispute whether it's trimmed or not. But if you had equivalent, let's say 10s of this and a 10 of the mantle, I think this would probably still go for more. Honus Wagner. So it's not trying to pretend to be that old card. It's the Topps version. All right, then Means. For Minty Beans, Means, Orioles. So who's this? John Means. Oh, he's a pitcher. That's why I'm not aware of him. All right. Marte. So I don't have any autographs from these little ones either for these newer iterations. Ketel Marte, but I do believe I do have his autograph in something. So Ketel Marte. Shane Bieber. I like the backs on that. That looks cool. Very reminiscent of the Hassan card there. Cool. They did a good job. Those early Topps 206's left something to be desired, the first two iterations of it, but the more recent stuff's really good. They did a good job. Shane Bieber. Sorry, Shane, just throwing a joke at you. And there, hey, look at that, Schwarbs. Kyle Schwarber is a Cub the way it should be. So Kyle Schwarber as Chicago Cub. Topps 206. Alright, so there it is, folks. That's all I got for you on this little short episode of Tobacco Card Tuesday, Tobacco Mini Tuesday. And so you got to see those Topps 205s again, the Heritage 205, the Topps 206's, Piedmont back, Piedmont, Sweet Caporal, Albert Pujols. So we'll show you that. And there's your thumbnail. So that's all she wrote, folks. You done writing? All right. Well, take care, people. Have a happy Tobacco Card Tuesday. All right. See ya.